The women's hockey team made history last weekend. Find out how.
And the basketball teams battled for playoff supremacy last weekend. Find out if they could both win an NAC championship as Spartan Sports Weekly starts right now. Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of Spartan Sports Weekly. I'm Kyle Turner.
And I'm Kat Trudell, and here's what's going on in Castleton sports. The women's basketball team entered the NAC tournament as the #1 seed. Last Friday, they played against the Mariners of Maine Maritime in the quarterfinal round. Early first half, Kelly Conway passes the ball to Christine Jakes, who makes a few moves and puts it up for 3. Later in the first half, Jakes from the corner as she buries another 3. She had 12 points in the game. Spartans up by 17, Megan O'Sullivan gets the ball into Vanessa Powers, and she puts it in for 2. Powers had 24 points in the game. Then in the second half, Alyssa Leonard gets the ball into Powers, who literally powers her way to the hoop, and the Spartans win 73-51 and advance to their 4th straight NAC title game.
And with that win, the Spartans advanced to the NAC championship game against the #2 seeded Colby Sawyer Chargers. Early in the first half, Alyssa Leonard finds Christine Jakes and she hits the 3-pointer, but she would not stop there. Later in the first, Taryn Boyani gets the ball from Leonard and swings it over to Jakes, who hits another 3. But wait, she still is not done. Next Spartan possession, Boyani finds Jakes wide open for another 3-pointer to put the Spartans up by 14. Jakes finished the game with 12 points. Tournament MVP Vanessa Powers chipped in with 13 points. As you see Christine Jakes pass it up, Vanessa Powers drives it in and gets the easy lay-in for 2 here. Powers also had 17 rebounds in the game. Megan O'Sullivan had 12 points in this game as you see her knock down the mid-range jumper. O'Sullivan shot 6 for 9 in this game, and the Spartans go on to win the NAC title 65-51. And just some quick mentions for the women's basketball team. Head coach Tim Barrett was named the NAC Coach of the Year, while junior guard Kelly Conway was selected as the Defensive Player of the Year for the 2nd straight season. And the men's basketball team showed why they were #1 in the NAC last weekend as they played against the Husson Eagles in the semifinals of the NAC tournament. Early in the first half, Spartans up by 4, and Husson's Luis Medina drives into the paint, but Mark Comstock says, "Not in my house." And then in the second half, Spartans down by 8, and Keith Schneider forces the turnover to Logan White, who finds Comstock for the easy lay-in. He had a game-high 25 points in the contest. 30 seconds later, Husson's Mark Zaharcha gets the bucket and gets in Comstock's face, and that would buy him a technical foul. And the Spartans just fed off of the crowd's energy from then on. Later in the half, Damian Mustafa finds Comstock, who powers through for the lay-in and the foul. He would convert on the free throw. Then, just a minute later, White passes over to David Cochran, who drains the 3 from outside to tie it up at 68. And then White comes up with a steal with 4 minutes left and passes it ahead to Matt Cooney, who scores the bucket and gets fouled. He would not convert on the free throw, but the Spartans would go on to win 94-81.
The men's team also ended up playing against Colby Sawyer in the NAC finals last Saturday. Greg Hughes decided to just start the game off with a 3, and boy did that get the crowd going. Still early in the first, Cochran shoots a 3 and puts the Spartans up by 5. Then in the second half, Cochran with a nifty pass down low to Comstock, who lays it in for 2. Comstock had 20 points in the game. Later in the half, Comstock drives into the paint and lays it in over 2 Charger defenders to give the Spartans the win 101-74 as they capture their first NAC championship. Comstock was named the tournament MVP. NSN's Rob Duran caught up with Coach Paul Copo after the game.
Coach of the year in the NAC, and then come in, you're NAC champions. How's it feel?
It's a good feeling. You know, we felt we were the best team, and I think our kids felt a little slighted going into it because I think there was a perception that we weren't. So I think we played with a little bit of a chip on our shoulder, and whatever it takes to motivate, I'm all for it.
All right, team run and gun, gets the job done. 102 points here at home. You've done it all year. It's got to be a good feeling.
Great feeling. I'm just happy for the kids. You know, this program was 2-23 a couple years ago, and to see this place like it is today, it's just great.
It's got to feel good to have a full crowd. Coach, congratulations on the NAC championship.
Appreciate it.
And the men's hockey team took care of business in their ECAC East quarterfinal matchup with New England College last Saturday night. In the first period, the Spartans dumped the puck, and NEC goalie Sean Sermon purposely gets into Lindsey Gullett's way, so Gullett knocks him over, and Sermon gets called for the interference. Gotta love it. No scoring until the second period when Brad Barber gets the puck and fires it past Sermon for his first goal of the season. And then later in the second, Dan Bell scores off of the rebound, and the Spartans would go on to win it 2-1.
The women's hockey team won their first playoff game in school history with a thrilling 3-2 overtime victory over Salve Regina. Hannah Martini netted the game-winning goal just 5 minutes and 46 seconds into overtime. The Spartans move on to play against Norwich on Saturday afternoon. Head coach Bill Bowes was also named the ECAC East Women's Coach of the Year. This is Bowes' first year coaching at Castleton.
And the men's lacrosse team was picked to repeat as the NAC champions this year. The Spartans started their season off against Keene last Friday. Sophomore Alex Green had a game-high 5 goals, but the Spartans would fall 11-8. And the women's lacrosse team has also been picked to win the NAC title this year. This is also the first season the Spartans will be competing in the NAC after moving over from the New England Women's Lacrosse Alliance. And here's a look at the upcoming schedule. Men's hockey takes on Skidmore Friday, March 2nd at 7 p.m. at Kreitzberg Arena. Then, if they win, they play the winner of Norwich Southern Maine Saturday, March 3rd at 7 p.m. at Kreitzberg. Women's hockey is at Norwich Saturday, February 3rd at 3 p.m. also at Kreitzberg. And then if they win, they play the winner of New England College in Manhattanville on Sunday, March 4th at 3 p.m. also at Kreitzberg. Women's basketball is at Juniata in the first round of the NCAA Division III Women's Basketball Tournament Friday, March 2nd at 7:30 p.m. And men's basketball is at Cabrini in the first round of the NCAA Division III Men's Basketball Tournament Friday, March 2nd at 7:30 p.m. Men's lacrosse is at RPI Tuesday, March 6th at 4 p.m. And women's lacrosse is at Roger Williams Saturday, March 3rd at 1 p.m. Also, men's skiing is in Newry, Maine at the Sunday River Resort for the men's giant slalom USCSA National Championships Thursday, March 8th.
Shout out to all the teams playing this weekend and good luck in your games.
That's all we have for you on this edition of Spartan Sports Weekly.
Be sure to check us out on Facebook and Twitter at the addresses below.
For all of us here at Spartan Sports Weekly, I'm Kyle Turner.
And I'm Kat Trudell. We'll see you next time.